What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. Today was huge for the market. We saw so many stocks just blast to the upside, and it was awesome to see because a lot of stocks that have really been struggling over the past couple months finally had an awesome green day. DraftKings, one of my favorite stocks, straight up exploded today. We even saw some of the China stocks rise. Even Boeing had a great day. So in this video, we're going to cover some solid plays for tomorrow and some important news to be aware of. Guys, we are really close to like 50K subs, so if you guys like our content, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. But Tom, let's get right into it.
Yeah, like you said today, Mike, lots of stocks exploded to the upside. We saw the SPY actually break out pretty well this morning, up above 460. Initially at market open, the SPY was kind of lagging behind, but man, we saw that awesome explosion with a ton of stocks. Like you mentioned, Boeing had a huge move up. The China stocks specifically did very well, up 6.9% with BABA alone. And then, Mike, these some of these stocks like CHPT and RUN, which, like you mentioned, have been kind of on a huge downtrend lately, had some pretty big days. I know ChargePoint was only up 4%, but man, we had RUN pop up 10.72%. They hit right off of that $30 support. And this one looks like a pretty good move, possibly for the next few days. You know, if this momentum continues, I could see some of these growth stocks continuing. It's not just RUN, you know, across the board, Mike, we just saw just about every huge stock go up. Like we had Tesla fly up 4.2%. We had the airlines move up, which was great. You know, we even saw Roblox have another good day. So across the board, the market did very, very well. And I will say, yesterday, the market gave us a bit of a scare. So it was awesome to see the turnaround.
Yeah, so speaking of the market yesterday, like it has been like such like a roller coaster. Like it's up, down, up, down, up, down. It has been going crazy. You know, just like looking at the SPY intraday like we are right now, it's just all over the place. But I'm just really happy that these growth plays are finally back trending to the upside. DraftKings is back above 30. Thank God. It was looking so bad for months, but you know, a lot of growth stocks were struggling. So finally, we are seeing the buyers come back in. Hopefully this is the bottom, but it's looking pretty good, and I'm definitely not going to complain about a 9% up day.
Yeah, me either. And then, Mike, our bot has been on fire. We had Square go up 7.6% today. The bot actually caught this one very low, and we saw some pretty explosive movement. We can see the bot called this out at $345, and this ran all the way up to $950 at the highs, Mike. This was awesome.
It was insane. Like literally all of this explosive movement has been awesome for options trading. If you trade options, and especially if you day trade options, definitely check out the first link in the description and the comments down below. Like Tom pointed out, the bot play was on fire today. It went from 345 all the way up to 950 in only a couple hours. You can cancel it anytime, and we have a coupon running. Now's the time to try it out. It has been on fire lately. We could see so many great plays have been going on. Zoom play went from, what was that, Tom? Like $480 up to $1,000. So it's been doing great. Of course, not every single play wins. There are losers every now and then, but it does pretty well for the most part. So definitely check it out. But Tom, back to the market. So it's awesome to see these growth companies exploding up, but even like some of these like value stocks like Boeing are looking pretty decent. Like Boeing had a pretty good day today. It popped up like 6%, and a lot of buyers are like even flocking into this one.
Yeah, they are. And I'll tell you, Boeing and the airlines have been doing very well the past couple of days. I actually can't believe that they're doing so well with all the Omicron variant news coming out. Obviously, I thought that would hurt some of these travel sector stocks, but I will say, like you said, Boeing's doing well. And then we even have some of these hotel stocks like WYNN, Mike, doing pretty well. And then CZR, Caesars Entertainment, had a huge day, up 8.7%. I don't know what got into these travel sector stocks, but hey, I'll take it. You know, Boeing's doing very well. This one was probably my favorite stock today, and they're actually right around that $200 resistance. It could make for a pretty good breakout tomorrow.
There we go. And then we also can't forget about the positive momentum with the China stocks, Tom. So like if we look at BABA, that even had a 7% up day. And if you like look at a daily chart of this one, it's at a pretty decent level. I know that the China stocks are definitely unique and they have their own unique risks, but at this level, it's not looking too bad. You know, at $123, like it's definitely pretty tempting.
Yeah, and there's a huge support there, like right around 120. And then whenever we look at some of the other China stocks, like Baidu, it's actually holding its support there right around 135. And it's nice to see multiple of those stocks at support at the same time. I think that shows a lot of strength in the overall sector. But hopefully we start to see a turnaround out of these, Mike. I mean, man, we've seen so much bad news coming out of these China plays that once this does start to recover, I feel like it could have a pretty big move. And you know what? I remember we were just at $200 just a few months ago, and we thought that was crazy. Now we almost hit 100. I mean, I just can't believe how much these have went down. But hey, this move today was great, and I hope that it's the beginning of an uptrend.
You know it. So, Tom, I know a lot of people were looking at like Biden's speech today. Is there any like news from that or any other news in the market?
You know, I'll be honest, his speech today was pretty decent. He didn't come out with anything too drastic, so that was good. The market kind of liked it, and we had a pretty good update. I will say his speech probably didn't affect the market too much. You know, all this great movement out of the growth stocks and everything really stole the overall headlines, I think, in my opinion. And it was honestly good that he didn't say anything too drastic. That way, it didn't mess with any of the explosive movement we had.
There we go. So, with that being said, let's get right into the momentum plays for tomorrow. With the first one, we have Baba to the upside.
Yeah, with Baba, go ahead and make them break out above 123.50, and that's going to make for an awesome run.
There we go. With the next one, we have Palantir to the upside.
Yeah, PLTR, go ahead and make them break above that $19 mark.
All right, and then we have AI also to the upside.
Man, AI was another growth stock that exploded today. Go ahead and make them break 34.
All right, so we are watching these three stocks for potential day trades to the upside tomorrow, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. And with that being said, I just want to give a shout out to our member of the day today, and that is Sir C. That's me. So huge shout out, Sir C. Thanks for being a great member of the Discord. We really appreciate all of your positivity in the chat. So good stuff there, and let's get right into the comments from the previous video. With the first comment, we have Sean mentioning KO. So Coca-Cola, you know, it's a solid value stock. It should be fine for the long term, and they're just like a safe, slow and steady stock. Personally, I don't see like a ton of opportunity right now with this one, especially with the way growth stocks are moving. It's hard not to look at companies like, I guess you could say DraftKings or even AI at these levels.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And with that being said, though, KO did have a pretty good past few weeks. You know, like while these growth stocks have been going down, KO has been kind of exploding. So maybe just expect a slight pullback.
You know it. All right. And then we have Amar mentioning CVS. So CVS has been doing pretty well for the most part. It's pretty close to its highs, and it's at a relatively big resistance around like $102, and I guess you could say a pretty big support right around 100. So you know they're a solid company. They're not at all-time highs, but they are a little bit extended to the upside. But again, it's kind of like KO. You know, it's like a solid value stock. I don't really see any huge opportunity with this one for the short term. Like I said, especially with the way growth stocks are currently moving.
Yeah, and COVID really helped these companies like CVS, Walgreens, and different stocks like that really got helped out by COVID. So I'm really glad to see that CVS is holding up with the momentum. And I'll tell you what, they're getting pretty overextended, Mike. Like it's hard to bet against them, but at the same time, I would have to expect a pullback eventually, but they just keep proving me wrong.
Exactly. And then we have Sophie saying, thanks for the great market updates. What do you think about Twitter for the long term and the short term? So it's not really a longer term play for me. I just like a lot of other companies a lot more than I like Twitter. For the short term, I know it's been looking pretty decent. Tom, I know you've been watching this one quite a bit. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, I've been looking at it a lot, and it's kind of double bottoming down here right around this $40 support. So I kind of like that. And then it's also bouncing off the 1,000, which is great. So if we're able to hold this ground, I think it can be pretty good for the longer term and for the shorter term. But for the longer term, I will say be a little careful with these companies. I like them, but one thing to keep in mind is that Twitter's CEO just stepped down and a new one's taking over. So maybe they'll start to go up for the longer run, but we'll just have to see what happens. Lots of crazy stuff happens with these CEO changes and stuff. So, and then also we have the metaverse, and then we have DWAC coming out. And, there's been all types of stuff with the social media companies lately. Even Snapchat's down pretty big. So I don't know. I like them as long as they hold support. But if they move below 40, I'll probably get rid of them pretty fast.
Gotcha. All right, Tom. Well, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or anything for the rest of the week?
You name it, it probably went up today. I'm really going to be keeping my eyes on DraftKings, of course. They had a very explosive day. And like you said, they broke up above that $30 resistance, which I think is great. If they can hold up above 30, they might go back on a pretty good uptrend. So I'm definitely keeping my eyes on DraftKings. And then I'm also looking at Boeing. I love them. I think if they can break out above 200, that can make for a pretty good run. Boeing and the airlines are some of my favorite setups right now. Even the cruise lines, like we go look at CCL, they're exploding. RCL is exploding. DAL is exploding. Even American Airlines is exploding. So definitely eyeing up those airlines and those type of reopening plays. And I think that they'll do pretty well this week.
There we go. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And if you trade options, definitely check out the first link in the description and the comments down below. We have a coupon running and the bot has been on fire. So if you're looking for daily option swing trades, day trades, other custom bots in a great community, the first link in the description and the comments down below is definitely for you. The bot play today went from 345 all the way up to 950. So that's 175% increase. The bot's been on fire. Of course, not every single play wins, but it does really, really well. So definitely check it out. And besides that, thank you guys so much for watching.